Hello everybody, this is Quiversee and welcome back to more Pikmin. Last time we began our adventure on this mysterious planet as Captain Olimar crashed here and discovered the titular creatures, the Pikmin, in the impact site, who helped him get his ship's engine back in gear. So now we have ourselves the ability to go to the Forest of Hope. And before we do, we'll mention that one thing I do love about this is we can see how many parts are in each area with those stars down below. So going back to the impact site, you can see there's another part here. And that one glowing star represents the part we already got. But of course, we can't go anywhere else there just yet. So we're going straight to the Forest of Hope. Let's begin. Oh man, I love this song. This is one of the most relaxing tracks out there. Good lord, it is... There's something about it. My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion and press A. How do you know this, Olimar? How do you know this? I mean, he's right, but I wonder how he knows. Ooh. Well, we can see that behind a certain little barrier, there appear to be some critters. Critters besides our plant-like pals. Get on there, you. Stop being lazy. Ooh, I overlooked something. Well, let's get these guys plucked first. All right. I need to zoom out. There we go. All right. Stop working on that wall. Grass. When you see tall grass like this, send your Pikmin to it, and they'll start plucking it. After a bit, nectar! The Pikmin love this stuff, and woo! Another intriguing discovery! A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities of these flower Pikmin. I mean, it's honestly pretty straightforward, if I'm being real. All right, they're already done. I'm just gonna leave them as they are. But you'll observe as I'm running, you'll notice that the flowers are actually keeping up with me a lot better than the leaf Pikmin. More advanced stages of Pikmin are literally just faster and stronger than the core counterparts. Suppose I should take a moment to mention that, yeah, there are two walls here, and both of them are different kinds. These rocky ones can't be broken down normally. But these ones that look kind of like they're made out of twigs, as you can see, the Pikmin have no problem. Can't really do too much in here. There is another grass patch right over there, so I could turn the rest of my Pikmin into flowers, but I'm gonna wait until I have some more Pikmin. Come on. Come on. And that little jingle you just heard is, thankfully, a universal sound that means that a task is finished. So you can literally leave them to a task, and boom, you'll know when it's done. So I just killed a thing there without really acknowledging it. That is, I believe, a dwarf bulborb. And yeah, it is a hostile creature. If I were to just send my guys in to attack it, as you will see, they eat. Now, thankfully, I didn't lose a Pikmin there. So it looked like that bulborb had actually eaten a guy, but it didn't quite finish the job. If you kill an enemy while it's in the middle of eating your Pikmin, you will actually be able to save it. And in the case of dwarf bulborbs, if you aim a Pikmin just right, you can literally just Mario Stomp flatten them. So just chuck a few into a group of dwarven bulborbs and you'll be fine. That being said, there's a big boy over there that we probably shouldn't mess with just yet. Okay, well, they're bringing more bulborbs back to town. I don't know why I called it town, but now I'm going to continue to call it as such. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So yeah, you can find even bigger pellets than the 5s out there. There's a 10, and I think I saw a 20 on a ridge up here earlier. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, right there, it's a 20, although it is a yellow 20. So the color of the pellet is also important, but we'll get into that later. Ah, I did just hear a little chime though, which reminds me. Remember how I mentioned that there is a time limit every day? That's that little thing up there, up top. And every quarter hour of in-game time, oh, no, it's not quarter hour. Every quarter day, you hear a little bell. Oh, I didn't want to start plucking that yet. You know what? Screw it. Eat up, boys. But yeah, when every 25% of the day that goes by, you'll hear a bell. And once that sun icon reaches the last dot, time for the day is up. Another important thing I should note about those nectar globs, they can only feed so many Pikmin, but they only can be fed from once. So if only one Pikmin touches it, only that one Pikmin gets turned into a flower and the entire nectar blob goes bye-bye. So you really want to try and make sure that you're getting as many Pikmin as you can. All right, so those big boys, those little things were dwarf bulborbs. This here is a spotty bulborb. He is asleep, and he cannot be stomped on like the dwarf can. But if you get behind him, sneak right up and rush him in the butt. Look at that! Boom! He's gone! All right. All right, that should be enough, and I have been ignoring this for long enough. What do we got? Why, it's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo! It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. It literally just looks like batteries. But you know what? I won't argue with you. Whoa. Just enough, baby! All right! I wasn't sure if I would have enough on my current group or not, but I did. All right, let's get this big boy home. So yeah, I didn't really mention it before, but in addition to pellets, Pikmin will also carry dead enemies back to the onion to turn into more Pikmin. So you can literally just hunt monsters to grow your ranks. And in general, the bigger and stronger the enemy, the more seeds you get. As you can see, I got quite a few out of that one. There we go. Let's get some them Pikmin. Oh, there's our Eternal Fuel Dynamo. Nice. Eternal Fuel Dynamo. This should light things up. No more candles for me. I've now recovered 2 out of 30 parts. If I can find just 3 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. That basically translates to access to a new zone. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna leave the rest of these Pikmin in the ground for now. There actually is a benefit to doing that sometimes. Let's see what else we got. We got ourselves some water over here, which, yeah. They can't swim. Luckily, if you whistle them a lot, you can summon them back if they fall in. I just wanted to do that for a brief demonstration. Get that pellet. And over here, this pile of twigs is a bridge. I'm gonna go on ahead and start building that bridge by sending the Pikmin after it. Now, all this does is lead over to a island here with some flowers. My clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. So it's best for me to review my monitor's data. Across the top of my monitor are the sun meter and day display. At the bottom are my spacesuit damage meter and Pikmin gauges. From the left, these numbers reflect the Pikmin in my command, the Pikmin in the field, and total Pikmin, including those in the onions. Which I already explained yesterday. To adjust my monitor, I can press Z to rotate the camera, left to right of the zoom, or up to change the viewpoint. I can also press plus to view the detailed computer analysis, which I have not done. So yeah, the detailed computer analysis also shows a breakdown of our Pikmin groups in a different way. So how many you have free is basically how many are not directly under your command. And then the pictures are obviously for how many are in the onion and how many are in your group. There's a little more to that screen at a later date. But what I was gonna say is, well, first of all, while the Pikmin can't go in the water, Olimar can. This is another bridge over here that we're going to have to also build. Although we can't get up to that shiny rock. But that's for a later date. They're still making a bridge. I guess I can't really do too much while I'm waiting for them at this point. But I don't gotta wait anymore, because they're done. Alright, let's go exploring, my little red comrades. A door! What was that noise? Oh, I think the onion just sprouted some dudes. Ugh, looks like we're gonna have ourselves another fight on our hands. Alright, well, let me get the boys back from base. And yeah, you can even call them from past obstacles. But of course, if there isn't a clear path... Ah! It's happening. So this is why I'm leaving some of them in the ground. You can see that now some of the ones I left there before have sprouted into buds. That is the second stage of Pikmin evolution. They go from leaf to bud to flower. And yeah, again, the difference between each is just leaf is weakest, flower is strongest. And also, you know, slowest to fastest. So it's literally just about combat power and speed. But speed is extremely important in this game. Specifically, not just because of combat purposes, but also, you know, carrying. Because we have to carry stuff everywhere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I woke up the big one! No, 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 no! Get back here, get back here, get back here! Phew! I almost lost a Pikmin. That wouldn't have been nice. I would like to lose as few Pikmin as I can. Luckily, when it comes to these sleepy boys... Uh-oh. Never mind! I was gonna say that they get bored if you leave them, but I got too close again. So yeah, wait for him to go back. And now he's asleep. Okay, so now that he's asleep, get back over here and rush his butt! Alright. However, I'm, Okay. I'm gonna idle my dudes here for now because we have ourselves something special. Take a look-see. It is a yellow onion. And a yellow onion can only mean one thing. At least in this world. Wait for it. Wait for it. Up. There it is. A yellow Pikmin. He's got elf ears, like Olimar. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. What other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? I must be sure to observe it closely. I can hold a Pikmin for a moment with A and then swap it for another by pressing B. Okay, so I wasn't sure how that was gonna happen in this, but that'll be more important later. I separated out my reds specifically so I don't make the mistake of having them get mixed in with the yellows, because if you have multiple colors of Pikmin gathering, whatever is the dominant color in whatever they're taking will dictate where it goes. So if, say, I'm carrying something to an onion, and I've got one yellow and two reds, it's going to the red onion, regardless of what the item in question is. Oh, I was standing a little too close to the light. I want that pellet! This is also why I decided to leave the bulb orbs, because I want to grow the yellow population. Now, if I'm being honest though, of all the Pikmin in the game, yellow is the least important. They have a few very specific abilities that pertain to puzzles, but that's about it. You can see there, though, that the lightness that they mentioned is one of those main things, because I can throw them and they go a lot higher than the reds. I'm gonna aim for these pellets. Still takes a little bit of getting used to aim the pointer at things like the pellets. Alright, get you to the bulborb. Get that last pellet. Come on. Come on. Looking at the timer, I'm not sure we're going to get any more parts today, but I am making some good progress by getting our yellows, and I should be able to do something else with them, too. Alright, let's get this bulborb to your onion, boys. Let's go! This is actually a really convenient time to get some of these things, too, since after this, the yellow onion will not be in this location. It will actually join the red onion in terms of where it's going to be. Ah, here we go. I have made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onion stopped expelling seeds, yet the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 Pikmin in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at any one time in any area. That is correct. And now, as such, I'm going to go ahead and grab my reds once more. Alright. Let's pluck my yellows. And then we will demonstrate the second of the two abilities that yellows have. The first is being able to be thrown really, really high. But what of the other? Well, the other is kind of random. Observe. He's holding a rock. The yellow Pikmin have picked up some peculiar stones. Why did they choose to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to the yellow Pikmin. But just what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate that there's tremendous power locked within. This merits further research. So yes, first of all, we are getting close to time. My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin and onions will probably enter the onions on their own. But if I don't call the stragglers and end them back to my group, they may not be able to get back. I'm sure that the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I am somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. A valid concern. Quit banging your head against the wall. I threw you to pick that up. Good gravy. Sometimes these Pikmin, though. Okay, so what these well, I just kind of spoiled it by saying that, but you drop them, and they explode. And that's how you break the rock walls. The glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know that these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. But they should be able to blast open the stone walls that block the pathways. I may be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. I must be vigilant. When I throw bomb rock carrying Pikmin and give them orders, they will toss their bomb rocks at nearby walls or obstacles. The explosive power of the bomb rocks is tremendous, so I must keep my distance. So yeah, bomb rocks. Very, very useful, very, very powerful, very, very dangerous because they go kaboom. I'm being a little overly cautious here. But it works. And another thing of note, these little tipped over cans and stuff like that is typically where you're gonna find them. And yeah, now we're on the last 10 seconds, but I want to blow up one more wall. And yeah, you can literally just rapid fire them like that. Come on, you! 3! Thank you. I'm still missing 12. Oh, right, I got a bunch buried back at base. That's gotta be them. Whew. Alright, we got all of our Pikmin with us. Thankfully, even though the yellow onion is not near our camp, what the heck? Those Pikmin moonwalking? I think those Pikmin were moonwalking. You know what? They know what they're doing. They know where they're going. I'm not questioning their motives. But now we go back into orbit. And you can see as we depart, bulborbs come out, seeking for prey. But we left them none! 2 days since impact. It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I could just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. Oh, how that would improve my chances. Then I'd only have to press plus to locate my parts. Yet, there seem to be many hostile life forms here. If I am attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship. Stand in front of it and press A to make suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. Yeah, the damage meter is basically his health. And don't let it hit 0. That's bad. So we sprouted 78 Pikmin today. Got ourselves 33 of our brand new friends, the yellow Pikmin, and 58 reds. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. And that's not even counting the Pikmin that I left in the ground. I'd say that that's good for a day. But there's still plenty more to do there, so I think next time on Pikmin, we're going back into that forest with our yellow Pikmin in tow, and we're going to see if we can get a few more parts. Thanks all so much for watching. Goodbye.